Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Ashley and today let's go through my garbage. Yes, this is going to be an empties video. I love empties videos. I feel like they are so informative and I'm really always fascinated to see what people are liking and using enough to use through to completion. I feel like that is so interesting and I really love to get their thoughts on a product once they've had a chance to use it up entirely, because sometimes, you know, it changes. So we are going to be looking at all of the products that I used up in both the months of March and April, since I didn't have a chance to film this video last month. Even with it being 2 months, I don't think it's going to be a super interesting update because I really didn't wear a ton of products in April or in March. Between beginning to work from home super early in the month, I started working from home, I want to say on like the 10th of March, 10th or 12th of March. And at that time, my son was staying home from school as well. And so it was very difficult for me to, you know, do my makeup and go through my normal beauty routine that I normally would. And then, of course, I had the twins and life just went super sideways. I don't sleep anymore. I get very little time to myself. In fact, right now my husband is taking his lunch break to sit with the girls while I film a video because I just really wanted to be able to maintain some of the things that make me feel like me. But I can hear crying downstairs. So, you know, just I didn't use through a ton of products, but I did want to talk to you about what I have finished. So let's go ahead and I will stop rambling and we'll talk about those products. So the first thing is the basket that I keep in my bedroom. So that has things that come out of my bathroom mostly. So the first thing is, I don't usually include hand soaps, but guys, I loved this scent. This is from Bath & Body Works. It is the Almond Blossom Gentle Foaming Hand Soap. I really like the Bath & Body Works foaming hand soaps. They are more expensive than they probably need to be, but I still really like them, and this scent was absolutely lovely. So if you see it, it's very nice. It's very sweet but very light. I liked it. I also finally, guys, finished this guy up. This is the Briogeo Rosarco Blow Dry Perfection and Heat Protectant Cream. This was in not one, but 2 project pans that I failed at. I finally finished this guy off. I am the worst when it comes to hair products. I don't wash my hair every single day. I usually wash it like twice a week. And even then, I forget to use hair products because I just don't use them very often. So I am so excited for this guy to finally be done and out of my life. I did also finish off this guy right here. This is my ride or die product of probably life. This is the Laneige Lip Sleeping Mask. This is just a deluxe sample size. I have a couple more of these kicking around my collection, so I don't need to go out and repurchase. Oh, I didn't talk about whether or not I'd repurchase the other 2. Obviously, yes, on the hand soap. The blow dry cream, no, because I don't need that kind of product. I don't blow dry my hair. It's been the same just mess for months now, but it wasn't a bad product. Okay, back to this guy here. I love this guy. I will use this stuff for now and forever. I don't have to repurchase it like I was saying right now because I've got a couple more of these deluxe sample sizes kicking around my collection, but once I have used through all of those, yes, I will be repurchasing again and again and again. Yes. So that's the last of the stuff that came out of my bathroom. The rest is here in my office, which is where I film and where I put on my makeup and get dressed and all. Well, not get dressed, but get ready, I guess is the best way to put it. So these are going to be a lot of things from projects as well, namely my Always 20 in 2020 project. So let's talk about those quickly because you may have already seen it before. So I did finish the EOS hand cream. I would not repurchase this. I don't think it works very well. It was this weird sort of consistency. It was very wet and left my fingers kind of slimy. but also didn't really hydrate very well. It was also incredibly old. It's been in my life for many, many years now. So I don't remember really loving it when I first purchased it, but I don't know if it was the same experience that I had recently, if that makes sense. But either way, it's not something that I'm looking to repurchase at all. This guy here, so stoked that I finished. This is the Josie Maran Whipped Argan Oil in the scent Toasted Brown Sugar. So I have said before in those updates, I love this formula. I love this formula. It is so hydrating and feels so good, and it leaves my skin feeling so smooth and soft and nice. But I hated this scent. So I am incredibly happy that it is empty and done with. I would absolutely repurchase just in the unscented version. With that being said, I actually have 2 more minis in different scents, as well as a full size in another scent that I need to work through first. That is probably going to be equally arduous because I just don't really love heavily scented products. Let's see, I finished the little sample size of the Purity Made Simple face wash. I still have a couple more in this size, plus a full size that I purchased a few years ago at this point. It's a great basic face wash. I really do like it quite a bit. I just like other stuff more. So it isn't something that I'm going to repurchase. I don't have a need to repurchase. I've got, again, backups of that particular product as well as just other face washes in my collection. So it is good. It's just not something I'm looking to repurchase because there are other things that I like more. I do also have this little Biore baking soda cleansing micellar water. I kept this here in my office for just sort of cleaning off my face or touching up like when I get a little crazy with the eyeshadow, stuff like that. It was fine. I'll be very honest with you. For me, it has been my experience that a micellar water is a micellar water. I haven't had any that have been spectacular. I haven't, thankfully, had any that have been horrible. So this was fine. If it magically appeared back on my desk, I would continue using it with no hesitation, but it's not something I'm looking to go out and repurchase. Again, I've got other micellar waters in my collection that I need to use through first, and then once I've used through all of them, I'll make a decision about what brand I may want to try. But yeah, it was fine. I did also use up this deluxe sample size of the It Bye Bye Under Eye Cream. I really did like this quite a bit. It was nice and hydrating. It didn't cause my eyes any irritation. I was able to use it not just underneath my eye, but all the way on my lid and every place else. And it didn't have any sort of reaction. I do have sensitive eyes, so I feel like that was really, really nice. I don't know if it did anything for a couple of different reasons, mostly because I'm wildly inconsistent when it comes to using eye creams. I regularly forget to use them, so it's hard to know whether or not something has any sort of effect when you're using it maybe 1-2 days out of the week at most. So that's on me, but also it's a small enough size that I don't know if I would have seen anything had I been using it consistently. That is a goal that I would like to start utilizing things like that on a more consistent basis. I just have to make it a habit. Another eye cream that I did actually really, really love. This is by Ulla Henriksen. This is the Banana Bright Eye Cream. I really liked this a lot. I used this during the day, whereas the It one I used at night. And I felt like it did a nice job of hydrating my under eyes and really letting them be very nice and smooth for makeup application and things like that. So this is one that I would definitely repurchase. I have quite a few sample sizes of eye creams that I need to work through first, but that is a strong contender for one that I would purchase for the regular. I do also finally have 3 makeup products. The first is of which is this mini mascara from Laura Mercier. This is the Volume Caviar, I want to say. It was fine. I don't really remember a ton about it. I used it for like 3 months, so I should remember something about it, right? I had to have liked it enough, because if it had transferred or flaked or any of that kind of stuff, then I would have discontinued use immediately, because that's not a cute look. So I'm sure it was fine. Is it something I'm going to run out and repurchase? Absolutely not. I have like 50 mascaras, and I might actually be downplaying that a little bit. So tons of mascara that I need to work through first, but also if I can't really remember how I liked it, that doesn't warrant going out and purchasing. I finished off this sample size of the Hourglass Veil Mineral Primer. I liked this just fine. It is a smoothing primer. I have a few more of these little samples kicking around in my collection. Is it something I'm going to run out and purchase? No, for a few different reasons. First of all, I have about a bajillion primers as well that I really need to be working through, but also I feel like I get a very similar result with primers that are less expensive. So while I did really like this, I think for the price point, there are better options. And then finally, this guy right here, whom I had a love affair with. This is my Becca Under Eye Brightening Corrector. This was in my project pan last year. I didn't quite finish it off last year. I finished it off this year. It was rolled into this year's project pan. I absolutely loved this. This was just a deluxe sample size, and it lasted me so long. I am going to purchase the full size. I don't know when exactly, but it's probably going to be soon, because I miss having it. And with as little sleep as I get, I miss it that much more. So I had hoped that it would be in Ulta's 21 Days of Beauty. It was not. So we'll see. I will be picking it up. I just don't know when, but yes, loved this guy so much. So that is everything. Like I said, not a super interesting update, but life has been kind of weird. So that is what it is. But I have not totaled up the value of everything, but I will make sure to put it right here for you. That way we can keep track of where we are for the year. One thing that I think I forgot to mention in honestly every other Empties video is what I'm doing when it comes to the dollar values of minis. So if it's something that I can remember purchasing specifically, like for example, where is it? This guy right here. This is a mini of the Drunk Elephant Behydra Intensive Hydrating Serum. I bought this in a 2-pack with the vitamin C serum, which I think I've already used up. I remember purchasing that, so when I use through this guy, it will be half of the value of that set that I purchased. But in reality, I have a ton of deluxe sample size and mini sizes, and I don't remember where all of them came from, and I have had for years and years, I had subscriptions to things like Ipsy and Sephora Play, which has deluxe sample sizes coming in them, plus you get them in like point perks and things like that. So if it's something that I can't remember where it came from, I'm just going to give it a dollar value of $2 rather than try to like calculate out. Like I'm sure I could take this 30 mil and try to divide it out against the value of the full size and things like that. Guys, I don't have the time or the energy to do math like that. So I'm not going to. So that's kind of where my dollar figures are coming from. For the most part, most of the time when you see deluxe sample sizes in my Empties, they're going to have a value of $2. So that's what that is. So yes, thank you so much for spending some time with me today. I hope that you are having an amazing day, and I will see you next time. Bye.